I want you to stop chasing love, and I want you to chase a secure attachment style. Hey, Soul Tribe. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Soulspiration. And today we need to have a little talk. You're thinking, another year single. Oh, I hate Valentine's Day. Oh, you couples make me sick. We need to change our entire perspective about your view of love. Now, let's get into the attachment style. Now, there are four, okay? The first attachment style is anxious. The anxious attachment style usually stems from abandonment or a parent or a caretaker not giving you enough attention. So anytime someone makes some type of move, you get really anxious or concerned that they're going to leave you. That's like a childhood wound. The second attachment style is avoidant. And usually avoidant attachment styles, that comes from when a parent has like dismissed your feelings or never really kind of taken what you said seriously. So you kind of put up a defense mechanism whenever you feel like someone's getting close to you because you're not used to people empathizing with you and caring about you and loving you and doing all these things. You're like, oh, whoa there. What's going on, right? That's the avoidant attachment style. There's also disorganized. The disorganized attachment style, that looks like when you can't show empathy or you don't have the ability to like show really enough emotion in a relationship. It seems like you're not really attached at all. And the last attachment style, which is what we all should be aiming for, is the secure attachment style. This is where you understand how to regulate your emotions. You have them. You can attach to people in a healthy way. You set boundaries. You respect boundaries. And you kind of have just more like a level headed mentality of how to handle your emotions and love. Now, out of the four that I just mentioned, I want you to take a second and think about which one you might fit in. Some of us are just one of them, and some of us have a mixture of multiple or all of them. And those are the ones that tend to get a little complex. But whichever one you lie in, that's okay, because we can't be held responsible for how our childhood was, but we do have a duty as adults to heal, strengthen, and take responsibility for how we show up for one another in our lives. With that being said, I want to talk a little bit about how to achieve the secure attachment style. So, with all the attachment styles I just mentioned, usually the repercussion of childhood trauma is usually it shows up because somewhere in your life, someone or somewhere did not show consistency. They didn't show consistency in a way that was going to feed you and nurture you. So, the first thing you want to do for yourself is create consistency for you. Because when you can be consistent with yourself, then you start getting used to doing things that are going to nurture you. You can do that by creating some type of ritual of self care. Say, I want to take a bubble bath once a week. I want to read my book every night to enrich my mind. But whatever it is that you choose, you are creating consistency in your life where you're showing up for you. And that is the most important consistency you need to create. Another way to create consistency for yourself is via community. Let's say, for example, you go to some type of book club or organization where you meet on a weekly basis. That's going to be a really great way to create consistency because then you're making a schedule to show up for yourself doing something that you really enjoy. And on top of that, while you're in these organizations, you get to meet their people, which leads me to my next point. Spend time with people who have more of a secure attachment style. Now, you might be thinking, now, where the hell am I going to find those people, right? The reality is that they're all around you. They're all around us. And what that does is you get used to being around someone who has a secure attachment style. And then you start to realize, oh, hey, look, they're showing up for me. Oh, hey, like they actually keep their word. Like, oh, hey, they say we're going to do something and then we actually do it, are supportive in how I feel. They have a boundary that I'm forced to respect. I have a boundary that they respect. Well, look out for these people and these organizations because they're there. and make it a habit to put yourself around people who are consistent and show up for you. And that's the best way to do that is platonically. And it's a really good feeling to be around people who are consistent and keep their word. I think a more common and obvious way to create a secure attachment style is to really unpack like what it was that could be making you show up in another attachment style that you might not want. So if it's the avoidant attachment style, if it's the anxious attachment style or disorganized, what the heck caused that? Why are you and why are we showing up in these ways instead of the secure way? And what can I do to fix it? So once you've identified maybe what events happened in your life or what events didn't happen in your life that caused you that causes you to show up this way, now you can do things like talk it out or write in a journal. Forgive the people that may or may not have shown up in your life. You can speak to someone who's a professional and they can help you dig deeper and unpack the mess, right? One thing to also consider is family therapy. Now, if you are someone that is still really close to your family and you guys still spend time together, it might be something to consider. I think if you're an adult, it might be kind of weird because maybe you're not in the same household anymore. Maybe you're just like, I think that ship has sailed. But it definitely is worth considering. I think the last concept we need to consider is the fact that you already have the love that you're seeking inside of you. And that has never been more clear to me than now. I've heard that 16,000 times before. I've said it plenty of times. But the more and more I realize that everything in my life is a projection of myself, the more I realize that so is the love inside of me. When I receive love, it's because I gave love. I am love. You are love. And because you are love, what are you looking for? All truly is within us. And because all is within us, we don't have to look outside of ourselves. The beauty of all of this is that when you feel that love inside of you, people are drawn to you. When you feel balanced and secure and whole and complete, that's when people are drawn to you. So instead of looking for love and chasing love and being mad because this commercialized holiday that comes every year, and maybe you feel like you want to be a part of it, which is totally normal. Don't chase trying to be a part of the masses of what happens every single year. Seek the secure attachment style. Seek the self-discovery. Seek the love that's already within you, because when you do that, it's going to make your relationship so much better. Can you imagine a world where we all took responsibility for the individual job that's required of us to show up for ourselves, unpack our mess, love ourselves so that we can love each other better? What a world. What a world. The last little bit of advice I would say is to understand the importance of healing your inner child. So the concept of your inner child is the fact that even though our bodies are adults, we still have this same soul that we were born with when we were children. We have the same soul. The only difference is that experiences shape us. Naturally, we change on the outside, but our little childhood soul is still inside of each and every one of us. Take the time to love on that little person inside of you, because when you do that, you feel so seen and so heard and so loved. A really good practice to do is to keep a picture of your little self either in your wallet or on your phone or somewhere on your wall, so that you can remind that little person, that little you, hey, guess what? You're worthy of love. You're worthy of respect. You're worthy of success. You're worthy of good things happening to you. And whatever happened to me as a child, I take control of it now, and I show up the way someone else was supposed to show up for me. When you connect to yourself that way, you realize you've always had the power. You realize you've always had what you're looking for inside of you. And back on that whole commercialized holiday of Valentine's Day, even though it's definitely a fun and cute concept, to wear red and pink. You guys like my red? Red and pink, and receive flowers, and so nice. But when you look at these couples, what does the rest of their year look like? Like, I'm not trying to throw shade, but what does the rest of their year really look like? That's none of my business though. God bless them, honestly. So anyway, you guys, that's really the gist I wanted to get at for this video. When I look on social media comments, I see how, young people are like, ugh, when is my turn? When is it my turn? And I get it. I really, really do. I just feel like instead of chasing something, and maybe you're already working and working on yourself and loving yourself. If that's the case, then this is just a video word to the wise. But if not, if you haven't considered this, make sure you understand who you are first and how you can show up as your best self before you go chasing something that's already inside of you. And that way, the other important piece of the puzzle is that you then attract someone who's done the exact same thing. And now you guys both have secure attachment styles in a relationship that's great communication, great boundaries, all of the things. Okay? I can go on and on and on and on about this topic, but the one thing that you should focus on remaining constant in is the love for yourself and the journey of self-discovery. Once you're in that relationship, that doesn't stop either. We're always constantly growing and evolving. What I say in my last video, if you're not growing, you're slowing. I hope you feel different about the concept of love and what that means. And I hope you have a little fire inside of you to get on that journey of self-discovery and self-love and understanding and healing and all the things that's required for us to reach our fullest potential. Remember, we're not looking for perfection, just progress. That's it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. And thank you for joining the Soul Tribe where we, step out of the matrix and honey into our divinity. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.